Lancashire remain well placed for their first victory of the season as they bowled Middlesex into some trouble on the second day of the LV County Championship match in Liverpool. Lancashire had batted through the first day and making 276 for 4, with Ashwell Prince batting for 5 hours for his 121, and he was soon adding to that with some aggression first thing. Middlesex needed to stick to their task, although they weren't helped when Dexter Simpson put down Procter in the opening half an hour. The home side, having batted themselves into a strong position on an attritional first day, now looked to play a little more positively to make the most of their previous efforts, and this pair took their partnership to 90 and took the total to 321. It took a wonderful catch from Rayner to finally end the stand. Prince was the man to go for an excellent 144. Rayner clearly got some confidence from that, and 3 overs later he had Procter caught at mid-wicket for a hard-working 39. Middlesex were having their best period of the match to date, and when Rayner also removed Shahzad with a catch to short leg, they had Lancashire on 337 for 7. But Glenn Chapple came out battling as he so often does. He and Gareth Cross lasted until lunch and then added more runs in the 5th session of the match. It took Middlesex 15 overs for their next wicket. Malan should have ended a frustrating stand earlier, but he missed an edge offered by Chapple. It wasn't too costly, however. 10 minutes later, Chapple top-edged to pull off Murtagh and was caught at mid-on by Berg, and the innings folded quickly after that as Lancashire were finally dismissed for 392, made in 142 overs. The Middlesex attack hadn't found too much help with either the pitch or the conditions, but Lancashire's openers did. Chris Rogers was out to the 8th ball of the reply, nicking a good one from Kyle Hogg behind. Chapple, meanwhile, was getting the new ball to do all sorts of things early on. At times he was unplayable as his side, growing in confidence after a poor start to the defence of their title, began strongly. Hogg almost saw the back of Joe Denley with an edge to gully, before Chapple finally got the wicket his opening spell deserved, as Sam Robson was legged before for 19 at 37 for 2. Chapple took himself off and brought Shahzad into the attack. Initially it looked as if he would be a bit easier to play, and both Malan and Denley hit him for boundaries as they added 32 for the 3rd wicket. Denley then sliced a drive off the former Yorkshire player to be caught by Carl Brown on 32, leaving Middlesex on 69 for 3. Enter Owen Morgan for his first championship innings since last July. His second ball saw him whip Simon Kerrigan over mid-wicket for a big 6. Morgan hasn't even played a first-class match of any kind since February, and perhaps that explains the mode of his dismissal, as he dragged a very excited Shahzad back onto his stumps after making only 8. Kerrigan then had Malan taken at short leg by Stephen Croft, and the visitors were in some trouble on 95 for 5, 297 runs behind. There would have been some relief then when Neil Dexter got away with this edge off Hogg. Dexter and Simpson then kept the Lancashire attack at bay for the remainder of the day, an important mini-session in which this pair did well to add 60 runs in 19 testing overs from a buoyed bowling unit. Dexter ended the day unbeaten on 33 with Simpson on 28, as Middlesex rallied before the close to end day 2 on 155 for 5, but that still leaves them 237 runs adrift, and a must for them now is to knock off the 88 runs they need to avoid the follow-on.